We missed last week. I apologize. Forgive me. I'm sorry. Welcome back to Hot Takes, where we react to Real Madrid and we react to Barcelona. Hot takes from you guys. You guys tell me what you're feeling at the moment. This is an interesting one because Real Madrid coming off of a big win, Barcelona coming off of a big loss, right? So we missed last week, and that would have been the week where Real Madrid lost 5-2 to Atletico Madrid. So I would have loved to see what you guys had to say that week. I'm sad we missed that one, but we're back for this one where Barcelona lose 4-1. Kind of get humiliated a little bit, but there was no Rafinha, there was no Lamine Yamal. So we're going to see what you guys have to say, all right? So we'll start off with my boy Eclipse, and it says, Barcelona has lost 2 games in a row. Their season is over. Rafinha was the reason they were competing last season, not Lamine Yamal. Okay, first of all, 2 games we overreacting, bro. Like, season over is crazy. Like, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen, bro. Barcelona this year is going through a phase where they're a little bit unlucky. 2 of their key players are both injured at the same time. But more importantly, in my opinion, defensively, they were just not up to the game against Sevilla, and that's what cost them. It wasn't really offensively. I do agree that Rafinha is huge to them, and I think moving Rafinha around the field has been the biggest mistake for Barcelona this season. I think just keeping him on the left is the most important because of how talented he is, but the season's nowhere near over, bro. They still have El Clásico 2 times, so if they were to win El Clásico twice, GG's, right? So there's a lot of season. Plus, if you think Real Madrid and Barcelona are going to go completely undefeated from now until the end of the season, we're all crazy, right? That's not going to happen. So with that being said, there's much season to go. Injuries happen. Things happen. Real Madrid last year got hit by the injury bug. A lot of center backs went down. They're starting this season with center backs going down, and Barca's getting it as well. So still a long time to go, man. My boy CS right here says, the Xabi Alonso rotation tactics is the future of football. With that many games and injuries are common. And Graham manager rotating is what will make a difference both Champions League and La Liga. I agree with you. I think right now in modern football, managing your team, understanding your roster, and being able to rotate your roster is one of the most important things that anyone can talk about. I know a lot of people say these players pay millions, so it doesn't matter. They can play. They get paid so much. Let them run. They're just running. I could play football Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday for that much money. I get it. But at the end of the day, being an athlete, being a professional football player takes a lot on your body. It's one of the only sports where you consistently run for 90 minutes, right? Other sports have timeouts, have pauses, have breaks. We don't really get breaks in our sport. And with the amount of games there is, national team and then Champions League, and they just keep adding more cups and more tournaments every single season, plus being at the Club World Cup, it's a lot of games. It's a lot of games on players. So I agree with you. I think the rotation of a team is so important right now, and any manager I can do is going to be a very special manager. Not only that, I take my hat off to Xabi Alonso because he didn't really have a summer with this team. I know you guys will be like, well, he had the Club World Cup. The Club World Cup is, you can't prepare. You kind of just have to go with what Ancelotti was doing. You don't have enough time. It's kind of like Mourinho taking over Benfica right now. For the last month, he's been doing what Bruno Lage did. Like, nothing's changed because you need time with the team to be able to adapt your ideas, your play style, your philosophy, how you are in the locker room, how you deal with situations. That stuff takes time, and you need a whole summer to adapt it. And if you didn't have a summer to adapt it, like, for example, when Flick took over Barcelona that first year, had they had to go to a Club World Cup where he didn't have the time he had, they wouldn't have came out the gate the way they came out the gate. They came out so great, and they were great all season. And that's because he had time with the team, time with the players. I think that's super important. So I take my hat off to Xabi Alonso, man. He's done very, very well to the initial start of the season. My boy Bro right here says, Barcelona can no longer hound Madrid for losing to Atletico Madrid after what happened this evening. Lamine Yamal not playing is not an excuse. Karma. I've learned that ever since I was a kid. I used to laugh in sports, right? And then I realized, don't laugh until trophy time, bro. Don't laugh until someone wins the trophy. Don't laugh until you win it all, because there's so many games and there's so many opportunities for a big disaster to happen, and that's what happened to Barcelona. But Lamine Yamal is not an excuse. Rafinha is not an excuse, because they lost because of their defense, and their defense was healthy. It's their back line. So the defense is the reason they lost, and I think all Barcelona fans will agree that the high line was not working in that game. and they got caught out way too much. I think the score line is a little bit worse than what we saw on the field because, again, many goals came after like the 87th minute, so it kind of was inflated. But at the end of the day, that defense did not perform, so you can't really blame the offense. You got to blame the defense. So I fully agree with you. You can't blame Lamine Yamal, Rafinha. Says Mbappe is going to humiliate this Barcelona defense. Can Real Madrid win? Yes. Can Mbappe humiliate the back line? Absolutely. Absolutely. Any high line has an ability to be humiliated. Will he? We have to see. But I do think El Clásico is going to be a very close game. I think it's two teams that are very, very close. What I do want to say is one thing I've learned, it doesn't matter how bad something looks. An El Clásico, a derby, a rivalry is always a different game. It doesn't matter if you've lost 5-1 to Atlético Madrid. It doesn't matter if you've lost 4-1 to Sevilla. It doesn't matter if you lost 8-0 to Deportivo La Coruña. At the end of the day, when it's Real Madrid versus Barcelona, Manchester United versus Man City, whatever it is, whatever the game is, Benfica versus Porto, whatever. When it comes down to it, it's a game that has a different type of energy, a different type of atmosphere, a different type of it's just different. It's different. Everything is different. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But I don't think he's going to humiliate. I think he has a good chance to score up goals against them. But he has to keep himself on side. Next, for my boy AEGFG. And he says, do you still think Barca will dominate Real Madrid like they did last season? And people will say that they lost 5-2 against Atlético Madrid, but they still played good in the first half. Only the second half was bad. I want to know your thoughts. First of all, thank you for wanting to know my thoughts. I think that it's going to be, like I just spoke on, a very different game. I think that Real Madrid is playing better this year, and I think that Real Madrid is better tactically. Xabi Alonso is more of a tactical manager. He has the players in the right position for the team to succeed. And I think because of this, we're going to see a very different El Clásico and a very different, different Real Madrid Barcelona. It's really going to come down to who can outmanage, who can out-tactic the other coach, right? It wasn't that last year. We knew that Flick would probably out-tactic Xabi Alonso, Ancelotti, but could they beat him on ability? This year, I think Flick will have to out-tactic Xabi Alonso, right? And that's where I think I can't tell you how it's going to go. I still think Barcelona is extremely strong when healthy. I still think they have a really good attack when healthy, but I also think that Mbappe is on a different level this season. And he was at a good level last season. I think this year he just really got it. And we knew this was coming. I feel like we knew it was coming. Up next, before we go further, if you guys want to get involved, go over to X, AA9 Skills, follow me there, and yeah, man, and just hit me when I put the question out, hit me and you'll be in the video. My boy XX says, hot take, La Liga might actually have a different winner from Barcelona or Real Madrid this season. Kylian Mbappe is still the best player in the world, though. I don't see it. This one I don't see. I respect your take here. Huge take. I think it's going to be Barca and Madrid. I think these two teams are very strong. I think these two teams are very, very strong. I know one lost 4-1. I know one lost 5-2. Yo, this happens. It's a lot of games on these players. There's a lot of no breaks, no rest, mentally, physically. It's draining. I think it's just the game. Things like I think they're too strong, man. I think these teams are very, very, very strong. Very strong. It'll be crazy to see, but I think it's going to go to either Madrid or Barca. My boy Mike V says Barcelona is not the same level they were last season, and Martinez played a big role in that, and they should have never let him go. This is one of the best takes that anyone could have said. That was one of the worst transfers of the summer for a team. Losing Martinez was massive for Barcelona. It was something where you put a lot of pressure on Araujo, and he has to play now. He has to play well, and he's not good at high lines. I don't think Araujo plays the high line well. I don't think Araujo sucks as a center back. I think that he would be really good in a different league, a different team. I don't think he's good at playing the high line center back. Martinez was an important player for them, a big loss to their team, but I don't think Barcelona is different this season. I think they just dealt with a little bit of injuries to kick it off. And I think the one thing I said in the beginning of the summer, I'm going to say it again, there's tape on you now, right? And what do I mean by that? There's 34 games or 50 games last season of Flick's Barcelona. So you put on some tape. You can go to when they play high lines, low block teams. You can find any game that you want throughout the entire season where teams played them differently, from the Benfica game to a Celta Vigo game to a Madrid game to any type of style game you want, big team, small team. You could put the tape on and see what Flick did in certain situations. Coaches had a whole year, a whole summer to be able to understand Barcelona and figure out what Barcelona was doing so well and what they were poor at. And when a team has a lot of tape on you like this, it makes it very, very difficult because teams know how to set up against you differently, right? So I don't think they're worse. I don't think they're thing. I think they're dealing with injuries, and I think that people understand what they want to do now, so they're trying to take that away from them. My boy Vinny says, Barcelona's defense is one of the worst I've ever seen. If Trent is available for El Clásico, I see us putting 4+ goals past them with ease. It's easy to say that when it's 4-1, when you just watch Sevilla smack them 4-1. It's easy. But I'm going to tell y'all something right now. You got to stay humble, bro, because this is the same way they played defense last year. This year, they just got called out a few more times. It's the same thing, bro. They're doing the same stuff as last year, and the same stuff as last year worked. So I do think it's going to work again this year. I just think that up top, you got to have your very, very dangerous players, because having that attacking for Barca, it's more of like their attack is their defense, right? They attack so well, they keep the ball so well that it helps their defense out. If you consistently give the ball away, that team's really, really going to struggle. So I don't know if y'all are going to put 4 past them. I don't know if y'all are going to beat them. I would calm down. I would see how the first El Clásico goes, but I still think Barcelona's a very, very strong, good team, man. I really do, man. Here we go. Next one says, karma hit Barca fans. They criticized Mbappe for scoring penalties. They call them easy goals. They missed the penalty, which resulted in a big loss. That's a heavy take. That's a take that you have to just take a second, read it, digest it, understand it, and be like, wow. I mean, listen, he even put like all the little commas. My man spelt this, bro. My man went crazy. My man wrote this as if he was putting this in to get an A+ in English class. Like, this man legit, look at this, man. There's freaking commas, bro. Brother, all you're missing at the end is a period, but you use the smiley face as a period. This is crazy, bro. Like, this right here, man, he put in work. He even got Mbappe's name capitalized. Hey, good job, man. This is crazy, man. Karma hit Barca fans. One, I agree, because they laughed so hard about the 5-2 to the 4-1. Karma, and I say, always celebrate the end of the year, not based off one result. They criticized Mbappe for scoring penalties. They criticized Ronaldo for scoring penalties as well. It's not easy, bro. Penalties are not that easy, bro. I've been listening. It looks easy. It ain't that easy, bro. I've gone to the field, man. I be shooting penalties, bro. Sometimes I be skying them to the moon. I look like Bruno Fernandes, bro. Calling them easy, and they missed a very important penalty. That's the truth. If they would have scored that penalty, how much different would that game have been? It could have been world different, bro. It could have been very, very, very different. I get where you're coming from, bro. Again, we all need to calm down, because it's one loss. Barca is not a bad team. Barca need to learn when to use their high line. Being a goal behind and still using a high line is a big deal, a big risk, and Sevilla capitalized on it. I agree with you here. This is such a well put together take. This is so important. This is perfect. This is exactly where I believe Flick messed that game up. There needs to be times for a high line. There needs to be teams for the high line. There needs to be opportunities for high lines. There needs to be times to use the high line. You can't use the high line for 90 minutes the whole game, right? Teams are eventually going to figure you out. If they play a high not line for 90 minutes against Real Madrid, I do think Real Madrid is going to get in behind at least once or twice. The problem is Real Madrid defense good enough, right, to be able to stop them to make that high line get punished. That's the important thing. Sevilla was good enough defensively to stop Barcelona, because Lamine Yamal and Rafinha weren't there, and then the high line got exposed. So you have to be good defensively to stop Rafinha and Lamine Yamal, and if you could do that, then you can expose that back line. But you have to be good enough defensively. So I'm excited for the rest of the year. I'm excited to see how Real Madrid finishes off the season. I'm excited to watch how Barcelona finish off the season. The one thing I want to say is, first of all, again, if you guys want to put your takes in, please do so. I don't think anybody got humbled. I don't think anybody got embarrassed. I don't think anybody got, look, I think Real Madrid lost to a good Atletico Madrid. I think that Barcelona lost to a good Sevilla. I think there was injuries. Fine, no problem. Still lost because missed the penalty, played a high line. The most important thing that people need to understand is karma is so real in sports. There's no point of trolling and make fun of everyone that did that whole like, hey, yo, if Mbappe lands, I'm chilling now. Now people are looking at me like, yo, if Mbappe lands, he ain't wrong. Mbappe's cooking. Now, do they need to win stuff to really put a statement on that? Yeah, but at the end of the day, I said the take because I knew Mbappe was going to go there and score a lot of goals. And the way it looks right now, people should be scared of Mbappe. And if you play Real Madrid, you have to game plan for Mbappe because he's a goal-scoring machine, right? And And there's no point of making fun of Real Madrid losing 5-2 because karma comes back to bite you in the butt, and it did. And I don't think Real Madrid fans should make fun of Barcelona back because next week could be Real Madrid getting smacked up. Well, not next week because we're on international break for no reason again, but we are. But you always want to make sure you ain't just laughing, bro, because any given Sunday, you can get smacked up. It's been your boy Skills, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. We got international break now, so there'll be some football videos about that, but we got no more club football for a while, man. Love you guys, man. Thank y'all for watching. You guys are absolutely amazing. I will catch you in the next one. Peace, baby.